Shut the fuck up.
Well, that's a good start.
Is that recording then when you said that?
Pretty much. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Potty Mouth Park podcast.
Without you, I'm going to start my own. And that's
No, remember, this is Nick's world and we're just living in it, Anthony.
Couldn't be more from the truth, that.
You are for the next.
Now I'm glad that Sky can come in and see that too.
You are for the next 3 weeks. It's my world. But then do what the fuck you want.
Go on then. Who's asking the first question, seeing as though we're on
What?
Nick.
Nick,
got a fucking timer upside down here, hasn't he?
I have. Well, then, what are your thoughts on discounting the first month of PT just to get people into your business? Anthony?
My thoughts are you'd have no reason to do it if your lead generation marketing system was consistent and working. Listen, we can all pulse offers in any business, and it's not necessarily a bad idea, but will it end up attracting the people that you want? I suppose that's up for debate. But I think if you can avoid doing that, I would avoid doing it. To make sure that you're still getting the right type of people in with the right type of mindset and not just there trying to fleece you for that first month. Like anything, there's pros to it in regards to it could nudge people who have been on the fence for a while off the fence and into your business. The cons of that is that if they really want to change and are ready to change and your marketing lead generation was good enough, then they'd come in anyway. So me personally, I would be focused on, instead of doing that, really focus on the marketing and lead generation and the consistency of it, and practice at getting better at that skill, instead of focusing on the offer. And you're probably going into, I've spoke about this a lot this morning, you're probably going into a time of year where there's going to be lots of offers. So it'll probably just get swallowed up a little bit.
I think it depends on if you're new or established. Established is like you've already got a few clients, you've been doing it a little bit. But when I first started out, I literally trained, not people that I didn't know, but I trained people for free to get experience, to get people seeing me. So discounting PT for people that you know, if you're really new, I think actually could be a shout. But again, there's pros and cons to that. I personally did that and it got me seen. But if you are already established, then I don't think you should be discounting the first month of PT. I think if you offer someone a discount, you give them a different service, a lower service. It's like this Black Friday deals. I hate to see PTs do Black Friday deals on a service they're already giving to other people, because if I was paying full price and then I saw my coach give a Black Friday deal for a discounted rate on the same service, I'd be fucking fuming. So if you're going to offer a discount, it's not the same service that they're getting. It's a lesser service to get them in to see what they can get, and then you sell them onto your full service. That's my take.
How many hours actually doing in-person sessions is the average, Sky?
This is going to depend on what you're providing for them, because you need to take into account how many hours per week you need to put into each client. So what's sustainable for one person might not be sustainable for somebody else. But I would probably say for one-to-one sessions, well, does it really matter? Small group? I'd probably say 50-20. I don't know. Are you saying different?
No, I would say that's about the average. I would say 15 is about the average of what most PTs are doing.
If you assume that each client needs an hour.
Yeah. But the average of what most PTs want to do is always 20.
Yeah, I did 25 to 30 and it was fucking horrendous, and I ended up not providing service and losing a load of my clients. I was actually talking to one of the coaches about this the other day. So yeah, that's the whole time for money, isn't it? People are like, a working week is 40 hours, so I'll do 30 sessions. And then you're going to end up with a 60-hour week.
Yup. Agree. Next question, Sky, to Nick.
You set me up with that one.
We had a debate about this kind of stuff at the weekend, actually, at Fit Expo. Why and how would someone go to a PT to lose weight if they are already spending £200 a month on GLP1 jabs? Are our jobs slowly becoming redundant with people able to find whatever they need online now training videos, plans, and they can now lose weight with drugs. I don't really see the need for our profession in the future. Why will it be needed?
I see the concern. Especially if you're searching and researching these kind of things. Probably social media is going to start to show you more and more of the same type of information. So I can understand the concern you might have. Listen, I've been, God knows how long I've been in the industry, 25 something years, and every time something new comes out, whether it is a new weight loss product, a new fat burner, a new style of group exercise, a new style of gym, CrossFit, high rocks, small group, this gym's got a rig, there's a new spin studio around the corner, you can get workouts on YouTube, there's fitness TV, there's apps now that can do it, there's AI. Every time there's always that question, does that any of that stuff make our job redundant? And the facts are that the industry is growing year on year. Year on year, we grow. Year on year, there is still demand for in-person personal training, online personal training, online coaches. Why? Because a drug isn't a person. Simple as that. A jab isn't a person. And at some point, they're going to stop using that. And at that point, they're going to need support because they haven't got support to deal with life and circumstances and individual preferences and restrictions in their lifestyle, in the availability of kit, gyms, knowing what to do, how to structure it. No, this doesn't work. The list goes on. So I can categorically tell you that our jobs will not be made redundant by a little needle.
Can I?
What are your thoughts on this?
This, and I'll try not to be too triggered, but this to me is everything that is wrong and broken in the health and fitness industry. If you see your job, even if someone comes to you to weight loss, if you see your job as I am just helping this person lose weight, you're not doing the right thing to me. Because even if someone comes to me for weight loss, there is so much around that they can get from training with you, even if they don't train with you, even if they're in a group session, even if they're in a class. That is one part of their overall journey with health and fitness. So when we reduce it down to just weight loss, well, like if you're just promoting that all you're there for is help them lose weight, then they probably will choose a jab over you. But we, as health and fitness professionals, should be promoting much more of a holistic approach. So whether they are wanting to lose weight, wanting to build muscle, wanting to improve their health, and that will probably change over time, they're still going to need help with that. And yeah, I'm a massive believer in, there's so much information out there, then why are people still confused? Why do we still need drugs? Because it is helping some people. Having information does not mean that someone is going to do it. Having support and having someone to guide you and help you and coach you through that is how people get from A to B. And this is another problem, is we as coaches are so fixated on giving people, downloadables, PDFs, webinars, apps. It's all great. But actually, I can tell you right now that when one of my clients is struggling, they get more from a call with me than they do from me going, I've put something on your app. Have a read of that. I've given you another training plan. I've given you a video. No, having a conversation with a human is what helps people. So if you think that your job is to just provide information and that's how you help people, wrong. If you think your job is to just help someone lose weight, wrong. We're never going to be redundant because of that.
I also think there's a really good opportunity to work with it and not see it as against you.
Exactly. People need to still be healthy. They still need to have muscle mass. They still need to be able to be independent and functional. That's what I mean. Like if you see it as just weight loss, like it's just such a small, tiny part of the puzzle.
I think that's a separate podcast. Next one.
It's my first week as a PTFC at a commercial gym, Pure Gym.
Ooh.
What are 5 things I should look to do this week in person in the gym? Great question.
Great question.
Okay, so the first one, I would make sure, I suppose this isn't in gym, but I would make sure that you're crystal clear on your availability for when you want to coach people. So I would make that's crystal clear in your schedule and then start to build the rest of your schedule around that. So therefore, my next point would be to commit to them hours. But in my first week, I think I said this on a couple of calls last week, even if I'm 20 years in the industry, if I was to step foot in a Pure Gym tomorrow and no one knew me, my first week I would look like a customer service person. Like I would be saying hello to everyone, seeing if they need any help, a bit like, dare I say it, like a retail person. Like, do you need any help? My name's Anthony, introducing myself. Basically just helping as many people, but in the hours that I would eventually want to fill. Logging things like names, descriptions, stuff that I found out about them, all of that type of stuff, help put shit away, like just be that person on the gym floor. And I'd probably run that for at least a month, because I think that helps me practice the mindset of building a habit of speaking to people and becoming conscious and competent and confident within that realm again. And my third thing that I would do is start to think about, off the back of them conversations, what type of lead magnet am I going to create, or how quick can I create one to start to generate some leads? The fourth point is that I would make sure that I'd find a way that once I'm building these leads, that they hear from me outside of the gym. So email, social media, that type of stuff, or I might grow a community group in that gym on Facebook or something like that. The fifth one, I would make sure that I treated the shifts with every single opportunity that I can provide myself with. For example, when I used to do something similar years ago, even the opportunity of cleaning was a good opportunity to get in front of people and have conversations, where I think people sometimes switch off and go, right, when I'm a PTFC, I am employed and I don't think about my PT business. When I'm a PT and it stops, I think about my PT business. You need to try and see it all as one. So I would make sure that I have the same mindset and the same actions on shift as I do off shift. So if I've got a fucking duster in my hand, I'm mopping my hand, I'm cleaning shit, at the same time, I'm having fun, I'm looking presentable, I'm approaching people and helping people on the gym floor as well. So yeah, they would be my 5 things. Very simple, but in a lot of ways effective. Next question. Is it mine for Sky? Squat, bench or deadlift? We answered this week.
Yeah, it's always a deadlift. I'm small, I'm built for them. You're always going to find me deadlifting.
It's a primordial dwarf's lift, isn't it?
Exactly, that's me. I am a glorified primordial dwarf.
Yeah, I'm glad you're proud of that. Next question, Sky.
Okay, first negative feedback I've had on my small group PT this week, which upset me. How best to handle that? Ask others for feedback. I have tried to take it as constructive, but it wasn't to do with my coaching, more others in the group and not getting along with them.
That's not you. It's sorry, I've spoken to this person this morning, so I'm a bit biased about the answer, but I think, you know what, okay, so if you're in that same situation, I think, how many people have you had in through that service in the last year? This person, it was 30. How many comments like that? 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was consistent, or if it came up in the feedback that you did like 2 months ago, take action. Otherwise, talk about it for a day and move on, because that's not a reflection on you. It's probably a reflection on her attitude, or something might have happened in the day that put her in a bad mood. Yeah, I wouldn't look into it any more than that. But I think for people who are going through that or had that, I think there's a couple of things that you can look at there. Is A, if it's something consistent, or if it's more than a couple of occasions in a recent time period, then I would probably look for feedback from clients and search for critical feedback. But don't react and then just try to change something or improve something or throw shit at the wall and hoping it sticks just because someone's had a bad day. That's it. Anthony Park. How to upsell to current clients. I have 2 clients on basic personal training sessions only currently, and I know how well they would do with a little more guidance, support, accountability, but I'm unsure of how to show them they need it.
You need to help them raise awareness.
Mm.
And the way you do that is by asking really good questions. Now, that might be in session when you see them. It might be the bits of feedback you give them on the weekly check-in. If you do a video or whatever, ask them good questions that raise awareness. Or it might be that you anchor off the time of year, feeling demotivated, all of that type of stuff, and you book in a bit of a review, go back through goals, and you raise awareness that way. if you raise awareness, what we're then looking for is for them to accept that a higher level of frequency or more contact time or more features are going to be beneficial to them, and then they accept the change and are ready for the change. So all of that comes off the back of some level of contact with them, you asking the right questions, leading them to accept this is what they need, and then you can start to create that change and factor it in. You could make a simple recommendation and go, I think you'll get better results off the back of this, but then we're dictating it onto them. And then sometimes it doesn't always end too well. You can come up against resistance, and it might create something that's not necessary, when really you've got a good opportunity here to practice your coaching skills, and you should try and do that at every opportunity. Any thoughts? Do I need to add any more context to that question?
No, you do not. You explained it very averagely. Well done.
God.
Fantastic. Right.
That's it.
Well, that was good. That was good. Short.
We actually took the time then. That was under half an hour.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Look at him. Go out beers.
People. You two don't leave.
Fucking hell, here we go.
Especially you, Sky. Has it finished?